All right, guys. Thank you for joining me again. I got my ham card, but I got $700 tickets, so now I can't concentrate. What the hell's a ham card? But I got a $700 ticket for what? That's weird. Anyway, guys, let's get on with it. This is not going to be as long, but this needs to be something you guys need to pay really close attention to. All right, so Jennifer, thank you for the 5x5. Dobie, Kathleen, Tinfoil, Paul, Raccoon, WTC, Eyes Wide. Renee, thank you for the 5x5. Maria, Adam, Tony, thank you for the 5x5. Ham Radio, no shit. Old Man, Sway, Dan, Jennifer, thank you for the 5x5. Buy the Book, Cat Girl, Annie, thank you for the 5x5. Jaleesa, thank you for the 5x5. Prep to Adapt, All American Prepper, Tim, Tampa, Florida, thank you for the 5x5. A Very Curious Place, Harold, thank you for the 5x5. Prep Revelator, Tia, thank you for the 5x5. All right, so let's get on with it. So, leave the chair alone. Thank you. You reminded me to pick up the bolt. I'll square it in later, and I'll make sure the rest are tight. This is my last chair. I broke the other one fucking last month, man. I mean, these chairs have also been around for, like, better than 10, 15 years. But anyway, enough about the chair. Fuck the chair. The chair will get a makeover soon, I think. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But, guys, so, here's the problem. Kamala Harris, like I said the last live stream, Tuesday night, I said that Kamala Harris raising a certain amount of money was bad, right? And how that's not going to bode well for us. That is a huge problem, guys, that this lady gained that kind of money in that amount of time. Now, normally, right, when you are betting, you go with the winner or you hedge your bets and you donate in two places, which I don't think you can. Or you sort of can with loopholes and shit. But they're not doing that. They're going all in on Kamala Harris. And Kamala Harris, guys, in 3 days, should not have gotten $126 or $130 million. That is not including the $91 million from the Biden campaign war chest, right? So if he's legally able to give her that money, that'll put them at over $200 million. If they do it. Right now, they didn't. But, yeah, this election, guys, might not go in our favor. Who you going to vote for is probably not going to win. Because, again, they're building a narrative as of right now, stating that Harris, Kamala can beat Trump, that she is going to be the one to be the next president. They even have an article, and I have to read this article to you, at least some of this article. But, again, when I saw this, guys, I was like, yo, this is bad. This is really bad. Now, yes, Prep Revelator, Rick, she had the lowest approval rating. This is the problem, guys. So thank you, Rick, for bringing that up, the Prep Revelator. She had the lowest rating in VP history. Lowest. She had the lowest rating for a long time. In fact, people didn't even want her to run as vice president because she had that checkered past of, sucking dick under a table kind of shit. All right. So she had that past going on. And then she becomes vice president, and people are still skeptical of her. Then she doesn't do her job. Biden appoints her as the border czar, as it was stated by every media source out there. Just yesterday or 2 days ago, now articles are retracting saying she wasn't appointed as the border czar. I found articles upon articles saying she was. Now they're saying she's not, and that she wasn't really in charge, because they're trying to write a different narrative for her. They're trying to write a different story for her, and the different story, guys, that they're trying to write for her is bullshit. So of course now they're trying to distance her from messing up the border. They're already starting that nonsense. And we're undoubtedly going to see more of that. But they're trying to distance her from that. So she still has a low approval rating as a vice president. How does she have a low approval rating to now one that is only a point and a half away from Trump? How the fuck is that possible? Now, granted, guys, I understand that people hate Trump so much, they'll pick Howdy Doody to be president at this point. They will pick a puppet that's like, hey, kids, how you doing? Or Pee Wee Herman, if he was still alive, to be president at this point. They hate Trump that much. That I sort of understand. But it still doesn't change the fact that her approval rating, which was low, and now they're picking her as the hero of the Democratic Party. No one else is there to replace her or can replace her. Sounds like bullshit. All right. So if that's not bad enough, if they're not trying to distance themselves from the border patrolling thing, they're not trying to distance themselves from her lowest rating as a VP ever. They're not trying to distance themselves from that. Now they got a new bullshit. Very, very, very different kind of bullshit going on that I cannot understand what I'm reading. But I'm not surprised, and we're going to see more of it. So it's only going to get worse from here on out. And when she wins the election, because she will, I will bet my fucking paycheck that she's going to win. And not because, guys, she earned it the right way, but because, you know what I mean. So it's all sus, man. It's all bad. And if she winds up winning, what are people prepared to do? Are we gonna head down to DC and protest with our stupid signs and our finger painted signs by our fucking 6-year-old child? Not my president. They're gonna do it again, guys. They're gonna do it the fuck again. This time it's gonna be a lot more blatant. Cause at least last time it was somewhat close-ish. This is not even in the ballparks. And Betty Belcher, yeah, they're going to use the same voting machines. So, yeah, go figure that, right? Again, using the same voting machines, using the same tactics. I thought when Trump said he was going to run, I was like, all right, he's going to win. No problem. And in fact, the gap between Biden and Trump was so vast, I'm like, there's no way he can catch up. So then Trump gets shot at. Spikes up even more. They're looking at Joe's rating and like, he cannot win this race. We have to throw somebody else in the mix. And they even did a poll with Kamala Harris and the Michelle Obama, sorry. They did a poll with those two against Trump, sorry. And Michelle Obama did better than Harris, a hell of a lot better. Blew Harris out the water better. That shows you that those polls are bullshit, because now Harris throws a hat in the ring and now all of a sudden she's a point and a half away. Come on, man. That's bullshit. With that being said, they changed the narrative a lot now. Now, a lot of her discrepancies are going to disappear. There are a lot of articles and news media sources out there, guys, that are licking her vagina and writing these ridiculous articles stating this never happened, that never happened, when we all knew it happened. The things she said, the word salad bullshit. They're calling her the word salad queen. Man, she's bad. There was something online, I don't know if it was her, but if it wasn't, it was still fucking funny. But it was some crazy shit like, today was yesterday, but tomorrow will be today. And when today is here, it will become yesterday. Then yesterday can also be tomorrow if you look at today from tomorrow's point of view. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, and that's the kind of shit she says. She's not a Wasn't Jimmy Carter the stuntman president, right? Wasn't he always falling down the stairs? Like, I would rather him again, you know? Yo, she's bad. She's the word salad queen. She just says shit to say it. And she tries to say it all elegant like, and when the light shines on your life, It will brighten. Bring you out of the darkness into tomorrow so that yesterday was today. Oh, God. Jesus. My God, man. This is bad. This is bad. We got a moron. Oh, we got a complete moron. Like, at least with Biden, he was sick. You can be like, all right, he was sick. He had Alzheimer's, dementia. He had some kind of cognitive disorder. You can easily say that and get away with that. Kamala Harris doesn't have a reason. She's just dumb. I know people that say she's a very smart woman. How? Because she tactically sucked dick the right way and got to where she got to? She's a buffoon. A step and fetch it. A Negro dancer. She fucking puts on the fucking tap dance shoes and smiles. Like a fucking Negro. She's the worst, man. This and she's stupid for no reason. That's the worst part about her. She's stupid for no reason. And she's also that pronoun asshole. She's like, oh, my pronouns are she, her. Bitch, run a country. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. Incognito Prepper, thank you for the donation. Holy shit. I might be headed down to Times Square. Or maybe not. But they're starting their protest for Sonia Massey. That's the black woman who was shot over the hot water. I spoke too soon. I opened my mouth. Here they are fucking down at Times Square with their Palestinian flags. What is that? Don't. I'm going to get it started. It's just going to piss me off. I guess it was earlier today, but it's not going on now. I don't think it is. But yeah. But it looks like they're going to have protesting this week. So maybe I'll keep my ear to the ground and show up to one of the protests. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe that protest where the state police showed up was at Philly. Is that the Liberty Bell? That might be it. Hamas is coming. So there was a protest I told you guys about where shit went sideways. That's not the Liberty Bell. But I think it was in D.C. But they spray painted everything there. And it says Hamas is coming. These are Palestinian protesters. Listen, guys. Come hell or high water, we're going to have to deal with these people. We're going to have to deal with these assholes sooner or later. But they're getting worse. They're getting out of control. They are protesting over everything. These people are protesting over the Sonia nonsense. And it's not nonsense. I mean, listen. The cop fucked up. But it was dealt with already. They put him in jail. He's awaiting trial. This is bad news. This is bad news. So yes, that demonstration where they spray painted and everything was in D.C. So do I go to D.C. or do I stay here in New York? Anyway, while I have you guys another 5 minutes, I have to read this article for you. I know I'm being distracted with the bullshit, but that shit in D.C. was crazy. And then, yeah, whatever. Oh, it was Gerald Ford. That was the stuntman. Thank you, guys. Gerald Ford was right. He was that. My mother called him the stuntman. He was always falling and shit. Anyway, Vice President Kamala Harris, Donald Trump supporters flipping to Kamala Harris. This is the article. Pay attention. Vice President Kamala Harris is winning over some of former President Donald Trump's supporters, according to a new CNN poll. Now, you got to take that with a grain of salt because it's from CNN. Nonetheless, guys, I'm telling you, they're changing the narrative. They're writing out this story to make her look like she's the better choice, that she was lined up to win anyway, if and when, or rather, when she wins the election. Harris is viewed as a frontrunner to win the Democratic presidential nomination after President Joe Biden withdrew from the race over the weekend. Following weeks of pressure from Democrats concerned about his ability to win in November, and polls showing him behind Trump in key battleground states, with Biden's endorsement, Democrats quickly rallied around Harris, who has appeared to secure enough delegates to officially become the nominee at the DNC next month. August. Harris, like Biden, has trailed Trump in the polls for months, but her supporters argue that she is more capable of running a robust campaign that could win over swing voters while increasing an already mounting Democratic enthusiasm for the race. Again, guys, here comes the bullshit. Because they are mounting this bullshit. Several new polls. I got to be careful with the polls, and even when I read them, I got to be careful. Several new polls this week suggest a tight race between Harris and Trump, and that Harris may already be pulling stronger numbers than Biden. That's a given. That is absolutely a given. Because a lot of people were saying that if Biden stays in, they're going to vote for Trump. But now that Harris is in, they're switching over. But we have to wait, whatever. So the CNN poll released Wednesday found that a CNN poll released on Wednesday found that Harris is gaining some of Trump's supporter, though the former president continues to hold lead overall. The poll showed Harris trailing the former president by 3 points, 49% to her 46%. Still, the polls found that 95% of Biden supporters are continuing to stick with Harris, while she is winning over 5% of Trump supporters, Trump's former supporters. Trump is winning over a small number of Biden supporters. Wait a minute. What the fuck? While she's winning over 5% of Trump former supporters, Trump is winning over a small number of Biden supporters. That's bullshit. They're winning over about the same amount. 3% of those who previously backed Biden are now supporting Trump. It's higher than that. Who retained 92% of his past supporters. Harris is winning 94% of Democrats, while Trump is winning 91% of Republicans. However, he continues to hold a narrow lead among the independent voters, 46% to her 43%. You see what they're doing? They're trying to narrow the gap. They're trying to narrow the gap by sitting there saying that he's only getting a small percentage while she's getting a big. Again, guys, this is the narrative that they're trying to run. The poll conducted July 22nd to 23rd surveyed 1,600 registered voters who had previously participated in CNN surveys in April and June. Again, you got to take that with a grain of salt because it's CNN. Its margin of error is plus or minus 3% in points. Now, something else you got to be aware of. Trump is only getting 91% of the Republicans supporting him, whereas Harris is getting 94%. That really doesn't mean anything. It's actually the votes. Trump can win over another 3 to 4% to beat her out, to edge her out. But I think that the other, 9% that are not supporting Trump, some of those might be finding themselves voting for Harris. I think so. Or supporting her. But anyway, a June CNN poll found Trump leading Harris by 2 points in June. That's bullshit. Because in June, Trump, they did a hypothetical. He was leading her by 8 points. Now, CNN is changing the narrative again, guys, to 2 points lead. When it was 8 points back in June when it happened, because they polled her overall. Anyway, a June CNN poll found Trump leading Harris by 2 points, 47% to her 45%, and Biden by 6 points, 49% Trump to his 43% Biden. That poll surveyed 1,200 registered voters from June 28th to June 30th, the days following the presidential debate that sparked concern about Biden's ability to win the race. Several other polls have shown a tight race after Biden dropped out. Reuters poll conducted from July 22nd to July 23rd among the 1,000 registered voters found Harris leading Trump by 2 points. Are you fucking kidding me? In July? Whatever. It's just going to piss me off. But you see where this is going, guys. This is Reuters poll, saying that she was leading Trump by 2 points. 44% to his 42% in a head-to-head matchup, while other candidates included, she led by 4%, 42% to 38% of other candidates. Marist College polls conducted 1,100 registered voters July 22nd found Trump leading by 1%, 46% to her 45%, but found the race was even with other candidates, including Harris and Trump, each receiving 42. You see where this is fucking going? You see what they're doing with this bullshit? It's bullshit. These people are fucking lining it up and changing the narrative, guys, so that they can do what they're going to do in November. I will not be surprised, but I will be sorely pissed off. Especially if we do not react. Again, guys, not looking good. Not looking good at all. And more of these articles are going to come out, and I will talk about them during the live stream. I'll be doing more obviously when I'm doing the live streams, I will be talking about this. But yeah, this is definitely not good. And you're right, live your life. This all is bullshit. But again, they're writing a narrative to change it so that when she wins, they could always look back and go, this is what we reported back then. A lot of these polls are bullshit. I don't even know if they gave a lot of these polls. I don't know anybody that ever takes any of these polls. So who knows? Reuters. I keep saying Reuters. It's Reuters. Whatever. You know what I mean. But anyway, guys, that being said, I'm going to go off the air. I had enough. This is such bullshit. It's bad. But again, they're going to continue to write this in their direction over the next few months. It's only going to get worse. But we're going to see the real... When Trump debates Kamala Harris, then we're going to see what that looks like. Kamala Harris will not be able to hold her own. Maybe she will. Maybe she'll be able to hold her own. I don't know. Maybe she'll be able to hold her own, but who knows? It's all looking suspect. This is definitely suspect, but they're going to continue their suspectful bullshit for the next few months. Anyway, guys, that being said, I'm going to go off the air. I'm tired. I'm old and tired. I tell you, that fucking one fire the other night wiped me the fuck out. Still recovering from that bullshit. Though I worked out today and I felt decent. I worked out for what I can. My fucking elbow and my knees are giving me shit. 'Cause I'm old. But anyway, see you guys next week. Tuesday for the doubleheader. Thursday for the doubleheader. And a possible Wednesday Angry Film Critic live stream. Chicks don't want a cow, bro. Go to bed, old man. Yes, sir. I'm going to bed. Anyway, guys. All right, guys. Anyway, have a good night. See you guys later. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for dealing with my bullshit. And yeah, man. See you guys later. Also, if there is a weekend live stream, that's because some shit went down somewhere between DC and Times Square with all these protests going on. And all of this shit getting out of control, you might find a surprise live stream of me standing in the middle of a bunch of morons protesting their bullshit. Anyway, guys, good night.